Money Radio, good afternoon. Thank you for joining us. Joining us now, Laura Bramnick, attorney and real estate agent and a consumer advocate with TalkRealEstateAZ.com. TalkRealEstateAZ.com. Hi, Laura.
Hi, Sinclair.
Laura is a real estate agent. She has a lot of experience in real estate, certified instructor with the Arizona Department of Real Estate. She's also licensed through the State Bar of Arizona, specializing in real estate, and that's a real good combination.
Yes.
And sometimes you can even get your services, your legal services, at no additional cost
That's correct.
if you're involved in the transaction.
Yes, I can be paid from the commission if, if I represent one of the parties.
I always think it's so important to have an attorney involved in a transaction. It just makes so much sense. It's a complicated process, and most real estate agents just don't know.
Yeah, there can be legal issues that crop up that if you're not trained as a lawyer, you don't even recognize that they could be a problem later on.
Yeah. One problem for everybody, taxes. It's one of the inevitables, death and taxes.
Death and taxes.
And it certainly applies to real estate as well.
Yeah, property taxes, you can't escape from paying property taxes.
Some people try.
They try, that's correct. But the government, the county, has a method to deal with that, and that is that they auction off the lien on the property.
The county assessor does some periodic tax sales for properties that have delinquent taxes.
Yes, they don't want to be the tax collector in that sense. So what they do in February of each year is they hold an auction, and they give the public a chance to purchase the tax lien. It's called a tax lien certificate. And so there's actually bidders. And the highest bidder, or the bidder that actually gets the lien, is actually the bidder that bids the lowest interest rate.
Okay.
So they hold an auction. You can get a list of the properties from the county, their delinquent taxes as of December 31st of the prior year, and everything's done online. And then you get a tax lien certificate, and you may be hoping that the homeowner redeems the certificate, because that's how you're going to get your money back plus your interest.
They will pay you the money that you paid in back taxes plus the interest that you bid to get that tax certificate.
That's exactly correct. And if you hold the certificate for 3 years and the taxes aren't paid, then you can actually file a foreclosure action and get title to the property.
And then the property is yours.
Then the property is yours. So you want to make sure that the taxes that you paid are not worth more than the property, because some taxes are very delinquent. Some properties have high tax payments.
Mm-hmm.
So you just want to make sure that the taxes are low and the property value is high, because it's a great deal.
And some properties really aren't worth very much. I've heard about like an easement that might have a tax on it. What are you going to do with an easement?
And I have clients who have, in the heyday of when property was going like hotcakes, were buying parcels way outside of Phoenix.
Mm-hmm.
And they may have paid $50,000, and those parcels are worth almost nothing right now. So there are a lot of the people that aren't paying their taxes, and I've talked to an appraiser recently about those parcels, and he said, maybe your grandkids will see some value.
Meanwhile, you got to pay taxes every year.
Yeah, you got to pay taxes. So a lot of those people don't pay their taxes, and they go up for bid. Now, the nice thing about having a tax lien is that it's in first position, meaning that if the property gets sold for any reason, you're the first person to get paid.
What about the mortgage?
The mortgage does not have priority over the property taxes, which is why on a lot of mortgages that are delinquent, you'll see the lender pay the property taxes. In fact, I've never seen a case where the lender does not pay the property taxes, because they can't afford to let the property go and not be paid.
Except I would imagine occasionally some private mortgages.
Yeah, private mortgages, and, other properties maybe that aren't worth very much, where the lender's willing to let them go because it's more work to keep them than it would be to let them go.
Big banks and big lenders are in there on the bidding.
Yes, they don't even wait for the bidding, because they get notified of the property taxes. Most of the time, the lender pays the property taxes.
Okay.
But if the property taxes are not paid in the loan, the lender does get notified of delinquent taxes. And they will pay them before they go up for auction.
What about somebody who says, okay, I had a little rough patch for whatever reason, now I want to get caught up on my taxes?
You basically contact the county, and they will give you the amount it costs to redeem them. Then you pay the county, and those certificates will be redeemed, and then the county in turn will notify the person that holds the tax lien certificates.
Okay, so you
and
don't
pay
have to
them.
negotiate with the certificate holder, it's
No.
just done straight through the county?
It's done straight through the county, correct.
Is tax lien investing a good investment in your eyes?
There are people that do that as a business. And you have to know a lot about the property. And also, what happens with people who buy tax liens is they'll buy tax liens for, let's say, 2015, and then if the taxes aren't paid in 2016, they'll buy those liens for the same property and in 2017, so that nobody else has a claim to that property but you. So it requires some knowledge and some experience in knowing how to do it to actually make money from it.
Death and taxes.
Death and taxes. So you want to keep an eye on that. If you're a out-of-state homeowner whose mortgage is paid, please be aware of your property taxes.
Yes.
I've had clients who've had their properties go up. They didn't even realize the taxes were past due until they got served with a complaint for foreclosure.
Wow.
And so, you think to yourself, well, they should know, and they should know, but sometimes they don't.
Laura Bramnick from TalkRealEstateAZ.com. We talk about the transactions, buying and selling, and all sorts of things associated with real estate. Taxes, certainly a big part of it as well.
Yes.
And if you'd like to find out more about anything to do with real estate, well, Laura knows, and you can call her, 480-624-2705. 480-624-2705. She does answer her own phone, 480-624-2705, or go to the website, talkrealestateaz.com. talkrealestateaz.com. Thank you, Laura.
Thanks, Sinclair.